The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Rob Ullery. Thanks for co-hosting today, Rob.
It's always a pleasure.
It's a special month. It's National Athletic Training Month.
Yes, it is. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Talk a little bit about that. And also, Coach Seth Knight is here from Paul Lawrence Dunbar. He always has one of the top teams, not only in this city, but in the state.
That's right. He's always a preliminary favorite in the 11th region.
And we've got a feature. It's on Billy Hicks. He took the Scott County Cardinals to the state tournament. They were runner-up, and he promptly called it quits after that.
I'll believe it when I see it. Mr. 1,000 wins.
Yeah, he's got 1,000 wins, and he said he's moving on to the fishing pole. So, and also our scholar athletes, they're from Frederick Douglass High School. They're softball players, and Maddie Davis, one of our interns, is one of the scholar athletes in the studio with us.
Do a great job in the classroom.
All that's coming up, and also we want to tell you about the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky, to Sutherland Chevrolet.
That's exactly right.
And Rob, what are you going to talk to us about in
We're going to talk about the National Athletic Training Month.
Yeah.
It's a month that celebrates the athletic trainers throughout the nation.
We're looking forward to that. It is the whole month of March is Athletic Training Month, and that's what we're going to talk about here on the show with Rob with UK Sports Medicine. Let's get to the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. These highlights on Game Time brought to you by Central Bank.
Well, with the Wildcats in Nashville, Rupp Arena hosting the Girls Sweet 16 this week for the first time in its tournament's history. Tournament favorite Scott County hitting the floor first yesterday against Knott County Central. And if the Cards want to win a state title, Malia Owens has to lead the charge. And she made a statement yesterday. The senior could not miss from three. She had 6 from distance, finishing with a game-high 30 points. She also hauled in 6 rebounds. Cards were up 9 after 1. Now, Owens not the only card with big numbers. Morgan DeFore buried 4 triples and scored 21 points. Scott County was up 18 at the break, and more the same in the second half. Owens bucket. Scott County rolls 87-61 to advance to Friday's quarters against Owensboro Catholic. And in the night session, Clark County playing the Sweet 16 for the 3rd straight season. The Lady Cards taking on Mercy. This game was a doozy. Kennedy Igo and 1. She scored a team-high 14. Clark County trailed by 6 at the break, but stormed back in a hurry. Haley Harrison, 0 points in the first half, 9 in the second, all from 3. This game came down to the final seconds. Cards up 1. Hope Savoria scored 29, but a desperation heave at the buzzer off the mark. And Clark County wins a thriller, 65-64 to advance to Friday's quarters against Ryle.
Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. I want to thank Roberts Insurance. They're out in Richmond, Kentucky. They insure 3/4 of this great state of Kentucky. Bob Roberts Insurance. They've been in business for 40 years, Coach. Speaking of, Team of the Week, Paul Lawrence Dunbar baseball. Coach, you always do a great job over there at Dunbar. And when I think of baseball and softball, I always got to get you on the show because you do just a terrific job with your Dunbar baseball team.
Well, thanks. We try. We got a good program over there. It's rich in tradition, and we're just trying to carry that on and be the best we can be.
Well, you were assistant on those state championship teams, so you know about all that. How's the preseason been so far for you, and how's the team been responding to that?
They're responding well. It's been good. We've been going, 4 or 5 days a week since September. A couple weeks off for Christmas there, going inside, doing some position work. Pitchers throwing, hitters getting to hit a couple nights a week. So the preseason went well. Team's responding.
Good. So, Coach, can you tell us who's with you tonight?
Sure. You got Jared Gadd, Cameron Boffman, and Adam Tallwalker, all seniors.
Great.
Let's start with you, Jared. I mean, you played basketball. You had a terrific basketball season. So that confidence should carry over with you as you head to Xavier to play baseball next fall.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the confidence-wise, it's not more of just confidence. It's more of like me being the leader. Because basketball, I had to step up and be a leader this year. In 12-16 going into the tournament, no one thought we would lose. Beat the #1 team in the city, then made it to region. And I think this year, I think we can do it in baseball, just being a leader. And everyone bought it in basketball, but now everyone's buying it in baseball this early, so I think we'll be good. Then just staying healthy to get to college.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Got to stay healthy.
Yes,
everybody's got to be healthy out there.
Cam, you're a very versatile player. What will help you? What will you help the team with most in 2019?
I think that knowing this is my last go-around with my brothers, I think I'm just going to really focus on playing pitch by pitch, thinking everyone could be my last, every pitching start and every at-bat. I know at the end of the day, I just want to leave it all on the field. Sure,
that's all you can do, pitch by pitch, day by day.
That's exactly right. Adam, you carry a 4.6 grade point average, so congratulations for that. That's getting it done to the classroom, coach, and times two. If you double mine, that's about what my grade point would have been.
Right.
Also, you got a 34 in the ACT, so I mean, I think that the ceiling's high on that. I mean, I think perfect scores, 36?
Correct.
So and you're going to Vassar University, so congratulations for that. How will all these academics serve you at Vassar?
Well, at Vassar, it's huge. It's opened up a lot of doors because, I've always gotten pushed by my brothers and Coach Knight for sure. It's always been a focus of the program is academics come first and it's baseball. And without the academic profile, I'd say I wouldn't even have a chance at Vassar. So it's opened up that door for me, and it's just a huge part of the program.
Great. Coach, what's the 11th region going to look like this year?
Crazy as always. It's one of, if not the best region in the state.
Agreed.
It's speaking even smaller than that in terms of 43rd district.
Yeah.
11 out of the last 15 years, a team from the 43rd district's been in the state tournament.
And I think every team in that 43rd has won a state championship.
Correct.
Am I correct on that?
Correct.
So that speaks volumes right there.
Yeah,
Think
and then
about
you
that.
add in Scott County and Madison Central. Both of them have 2 region titles in the last 4 years. Woodford County won state in 2012.
You throw Henry Clay into that
right.
mix as well.
Obviously, you got other good teams like Henry Clay. It's a gauntlet for sure, but it's fun. It's 5 to 7 to 10 D1 baseball players a year.
Yeah.
It's what you live for. It's fun.
That's what makes you guys work so hard, because you know the competition level, and that's going to up your game. As Jared was saying, you really upped your preseason this year with team cohesiveness. Well, Coach, we want to give you the Mingy beef jerky. There you go.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
that. They'll probably get a little bit of that on the way home, won't they, Coach?
I'm sure.
And you got a great group of young men there. Good luck this season. We'll see you on our Prep Spin travels and have some of your games on the Prep Spin, so thank you for joining us.
Hey,
good luck,
our
guys.
pleasure.
Thank you.
That's one of our favorites, Seth Knight. He's the head coach over at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. They're preseason one of the top teams in the state of Kentucky. Now we're going to this feature. It's on Billy Hicks and his 1,000 wins at Scott County High School.
It's an award that belongs to everybody that's been a part of my life.
Billy Hicks admits he's had a lot of help in his journey to 1,000 career wins. The Scott County coach recently became the first coach to 1,000 wins in KHSAA history and just the 19th coach nationally to achieve that feat.
It's very cumulative. That involves hundreds and hundreds of people. And on both sides of that, had it been for certain coaches in the mountains, I'd have probably had 2,000 wins by now.
Hicks, who has been at Scott County since 1994, began his coaching career in Harlan County at Everett's High School in 1978. He's had other coaching stops at Harlan and Corbin before arriving in Central Kentucky.
Everybody thinks I'm a Central Kentucky guy, but my roots will always be and always have been in the mountains. I'm Harlan County, Aegis Bottom, and I'm really proud of that.
Hicks has 13 state tournament appearances and a pair of titles, but he admits he's never been chasing a wins milestone.
I feel embarrassed getting recognized by it because I'm just doing my job, trying to pay the bills and live, make a living and raise a family.
Scott County is once again in position to make a run at a state title as Billy Hicks continues to add wins to an impressive career.
I accept the honor on behalf of Kentucky high school basketball, which I hope I stand for that. I've always loved Kentucky high school basketball. Once I started coaching it, I never wanted to do nothing else.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report, our most popular segment because it highlights student athletes doing great things in the classroom out there at Frederick Douglass High School. Welcome in, young ladies, and Coach, welcome into the program, and we appreciate you taking your time and joining us tonight on the show. We really do.
I appreciate you having us.
Let's start with you, Coach. What are your goals for the team this year as being a first-year coach at Douglass?
My goals every season are the same. It's to win the state tournament. Anything less than that will be a disappointment. And I think we've got a great group. They've worked hard, extremely talented, and you know, we'll play hard, and I'm excited to see where we end up at the end.
Madison Davis also plays softball there at Douglass. She's one of our interns on the show, so we're going to get her involved in this too and ask her a question. What are some of your personal goals and team goals for the team this year?
So personal goals as, like, you know, a senior leader and team captain, I really want to be a great role model for the younger kids, you know, after I leave, and kind of like set a stonewall thing for when I leave and everything. And so team goals, everyone, you know, go to state. We all have one goal.
Yep.
And I think, you know, if we all put in the hard work and stuff, you know, we'll get there.
Okay. And Alexis, with a 3.8 GPA and hard classes, how do you handle the time management on and off the softball field there?
Well, at the beginning of the school year, I will try to set a routine so that when softball does come around, there's not a lot of time. So I'll try, we also have a study hall, so I'll try to get in that, you know, and keep my classes on top of them so that they don't get behind, because if I fall behind, then I know that I'm going to fall behind in softball, and I don't want neither one of those. So on and off the field, I just try to stay ahead of the game.
That's a good thing to do. If you stay ahead, you never fall behind, do you, Coach?
No.
KP, what is the biggest difference between this year's team from last year's team?
So I feel like from last year to this year, our coach has really set us to a high standard, and we've all stepped up and held each other accountable, and we really came together as a team, and more importantly, as a family.
And Macy, you down on the end? How you doing?
Good. How
as a sophomore, I mean, you got a couple more years to get it going out there. But on and team goals, what's your future going to look like there at Douglass?
Well, I mean, like for now and in the future, as far as like my part, I just want to do whatever I can to help the team out, whether it's playing third or short or outfield or anything. And now and in the future, I mean, I'm just going to want to go to state every year.
Coach, what does the 11th region look like coming this season?
Challenging. I think the 11th region still goes through Scott County, and of course Woodford is right there with them. Both very good teams, well coached. Les and Coach Portwood both do a great job. Got a lot of talent. So I would say with the preseason poll for the 11th region comes out this evening, that Scott County and Woodford both will be right up top, and I think it's who you got to go through to win the 11th region.
And all four of you will receive a beautiful plaque from Ryan Tyson. He'll personalize that for you, put your name, school on there. Congratulations for being outstanding student athletes there at Frederick Douglass High School, because that's what it's all about, the grades in the classroom there and how hard you work in that. So, because if you work hard in that, you're going to be good on the softball fields too, normally, right, Coach?
Absolutely, carries over for sure.
Yes, sir. That's the Frederick Douglass softball program here from Frederick Douglass High School just down the road here. Matter of fact, it's the closest high school to WKYT. And now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
It's now time for your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Sweet 16 quarterfinals. Kennedy Igo to Haley Harrison for Clark County. Let's take a second look. In transition, the Lady Cardinals, so dangerous. The pretty pass and an even better finish. However, a heartbreaking end of the season for Clark County. They followed a Ryle 64-51. Congrats to Clark County once again. That is your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
And welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. Our title sponsor, UK Sports Medicine, Orthopedic Surgery. Rob Allery, the great outreach director there at UK Sports Medicine. And it's National Athletic Training Month, the whole month of March. Talk to us about that.
So, it's designated the whole month of March to recognize all the athletic trainers in the nation. So it's a time that we put out there what we are, who we are, what we do, and those sorts of things to just honor all of them.
What are the settings that athletic trainers can work at?
Sure, that's a great question. So athletic trainers can work not only in the middle school or the high school level, you'll see them in college, professional, and you'll actually see them working rodeo, performing arts. We've got athletic trainers working like in the WWE. We've got athletic trainers that work at Toyota, Amazon. So we've got athletic trainers in any setting. IndyCar racing, NASCAR racing. So we've got athletic trainers in all sorts of fields.
What type of education do athletic trainers need to become a good athletic trainer?
And that's a great question. Up until this year, you only needed a bachelor's degree and then take a national certification exam. After this year, you have to have a master's degree to be able to sit for your exam. It's a change in our profession and a change in our educational system, and I think it's going to bring a lot of good things and a lot of great things for having a little bit more experience, a little bit older athletic trainers getting into the field.
That sounds like a good move by the athletic trainers to make them require a master's.
Right.
Because I often wondered, but you could be one with just a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, I've actually got a few athletic trainers on my staff that just have their bachelor's. They're great athletic trainers. They just haven't gone on and gotten their master's degree yet.
Y'all do an outstanding job. You work in the Sweet 16 for the KHSAA.
Work for the boys, work for the girls. Gearing up, getting ready for baseball, softball, track, and tennis in the spring.
That's right, my sport. And I hope I get that Achilles
there you go. We'll get you taken care of.
Yeah, you said a high heel, right?
Yep, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob. That's good stuff.
Thanks.
Rob Ulloy, there's the website and the phone number. You just give them a call. They got the walk-in clinic every Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock there at the great location off of Harrodsburg Road. And now we're going to these final highlights of the Sweet 16. These highlights brought to you by Whitaker Bank. They're uniquely Kentucky.
Back here in Lexington, a clash of titans in the Sweet 16 quarterfinals. Owensboro Catholic, the All-A state champs, taking on top-ranked Scott County. Morgan DeFore. She has signed with Morehead State, and she was playing like a D1 talent. She had 4 threes today to go along with 20 points. Cards down 5 at the break, but they led by 1 after 3. Malia Owens, 11 points, 5 rebounds for the senior, but man, the Lady Aces have size, and that bothered the Cards inside. Hannah McKay, a game-high 23 points. Owensboro Catholic upsets Scott County 62-51. So Owensboro Catholic moves on to face the winner of this one, Clark County and Ryle. Now at the opening tip, Haley Harrison attacks. The senior with 12 points and 4 assists. And look at who's in attendance. Louisville head coach Jeff Walls checking out the action. More from Harrison off the assist from Kennedy Igo. But the Lady Raiders have too many weapons. Lauren Schwartz for 3. She had 13. Ryle ends Clark County season 62-51.
And welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. With us still is the Frederick Douglass softball team. And let's start with this. What are your college choices and why did you make that decision? Let's start with you, Maddie.
I am committed for Transylvania University, and I actually signed this Thursday.
Okay.
And I chose it. I've been liking this school since I was about 8th grade, and I just like the community and the smaller school, and I feel at home when I'm there.
Yeah.
So I signed last November to Kentucky State University. The reason why I chose the school was because softball to me isn't a job, and I felt like when I go there, it's fun, it's a sport, and also it just made me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So
that's the main thing. You want to feel comfortable with that college choice. And you got plenty of time to decide. You're only a sophomore, so.
Yes. I'm really interested in Transy and a couple other schools in state, but right now I'm just worried about getting exposure and getting out there.
Yeah, but I'm sure that that whatever colleges you're going to Transy and K-State, those are great choices. As always on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and those you don't see.
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, P-Rats, Prepspin.com, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.